Welcome back to your Body Thrive book club. It's me, Cate Stillman. And at this point you might feel like, wow, I wish we could do each habit for a month instead of a week until we learn the next one. And like I said, this is really just a good overview. You have a good resource in your book to keep coming back to. I really recommend cycling through it a few times to get more and more deeply established, and then returning to it about once a year and going through again. It's a great thing even now just to schedule yourself for another book club group a year from now. Lost an earring. I'll match. And so that you have a momentum towards going deeper. Now, this week's habit is all about our sense organs. Our sense organs in the yogic perspective have a lot to do with how we live. Like what we perceive determines how we think, how we emote, how we connect, how we disconnect. It determines a large part of the actions we take and the experiences that we have. We also know from our aging parents or grandparents or elders that the sense organs wear out, right? That the eyesight goes bad, that hearing deteriorates, that for many the sensitivity of touch can also fall away, that the perceptivity of smell, of taste can all start to go. And so when we look at this habit, we want to look at these habits for longevity. A lot of them are just simple practices that don't really take much time, that we want to just build as micro habits into our daily routine. The scraping of the tongue, the oiling of the ears, the oiling maybe of the nostrils, oiling of the skin, these little simple habits, palming of the eyes. They don't take much time, but they start to develop our relationship with our senses as the interface between us and reality. So we're all here in bodies, and our senses help us steer. And I love the theory in Ayurvedic medicine that if you misuse, overuse, underuse, or abuse your senses, you will develop disease. And the reason this is such an important realization to think like, wow, the path to health has a lot with the perceptivity of my senses. So that like sounds or music or people that are annoying, like I need less of that. Like what is enhancing? What is sparkling for me? What is soothing, sensual? What do I like? And paying attention to that. And the same thing with the taste in your mouth. So many people have done my yogi detoxes, and afterwards they're like, wow, foods I was eating before, even wines or coffee or whatever I was drinking before, they just don't taste right anymore. And that's because the tongue's become so much wiser. And it's really a tragedy when we override that and we go back to our old habits, even though it doesn't taste right in our mouth or it doesn't sound right in our ears, or we watch a movie that like our eyes just feel like, they don't want to take this in, and we override that. We start to fall into disconnect. We start to lose integrity with ourselves. So this week is really about just these little quick practices, and maybe even just picking one of them. Maybe just pick up a tongue scraper the next time you're at the grocery store or the dentist, or order one online. And I recommend using a stainless steel one. We have them at the Yoga Healer shop, or you can also get one if you go to yogahealer.com/Banyan, Banyan. They're one of my favorite Ayurvedic supply companies. And starting to just scrape your tongue, getting in touch with, do you have ama in your digestive tract, or is your digestion free and clear? I can just help you start to own your senses a little bit more. And as far as your book club goes this week, you might just talk about what you learned in the senses chapter. Some of the ahas, maybe which sense you want to work on, what sense you want to improve. A great starting point is just to have everyone start to notice what's going on with their tongue. You can look at the tongues in a mirror, pass around a little pocket mirror, like a makeup mirror, and have everyone look at their tongue. And then look at the tongue chart and see what you can self-diagnose and what you can diagnose in each other. All right, and we'll see you next week with the next habit.